Okay, so Ulysses sent me this. Great, off to a good start. What even was that? Ulysses sent me this fanfic to read to you guys tonight. It's called Metroid High School. I don't know what it is. It's about 8 chapters long. Each chapter seems to be about a page. Looks like it has to deal with Samus. Here we go. Okay, Chapter 1, Metroid High School. Chapter 1 is titled The Big Dance. It was 3 days before the big dance. Ridley walked up to Samus. He was real nervous. He had never gone on a date before, and Samus, is spelled wrong, was really pretty. So he finally got enough courage and went up to her locker. Samus. Samus looked up. What do you want? I don't know why that's Samus's voice. Do you want to go to the dance with me? Samus said, okay. Ridley was really happy. He was gonna go on his first big date. Wow, thought Ridley. I hope Samus is my girlfriend. I'm the luckiest guy in the damn school. 3 days later, it was the big dance, and everybody was there. Hey, Ridley, a voice sneered. Damn it, exclaimed Ridley. Oh no, it's Kraid and his gang. Over walked Kraid and his gang. What do you want, Blubberbrain? What do you want, Blubberbrain? Samus inquisited. Well. Looks like little Ridley's got himself a girlfriend. Ooh. Watch it, Blubberbrain, or I'll blow you and your little crew way up in the air, Samus responded, phrasing. Kraid's eyes narrowed. Looks like you win this time. Don't worry, we'll be back. Come on, boys, Kraid declared. Everybody in Kraid's gang laughed and walked away. Samus and Ridley were all alone. Don't mind those damn people, Samus. They're stupid people. Yeah, I know, answered Samus. That's when the music started playing real slow. People everywhere started slow dancing. Hey, Samus, do you want to dance? Ridley proposed. Samus looked down at her feet. I never learned how to dance before, she declared. Ridley smiled. Don't worry, it'll be easy. Samus smiled nervously. Okay, and they started to dance. Wow, Samus alleged, it's real easy. And they danced until it was time to go home. At the end of the night, Samus and Ridley were walking home. Samus, I love you, Ridley declared. Really? Inquired Samus. Yeah. Ridley? Yeah, Samus. I love you too, Samus described. And then, in the soft moonlight, the two lovers kissed. But then, it was cut short, because the Samus had to go home now. Well, that wasn't. See you tomorrow, Samus, Ridley exclaimed. Damn, thought Ridley. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. That's the end. Oogie, Chapter 2 of Metroid High School. The Sleepover of Surprises, Part 1. One day, Samus and Ridley and her friends, Ted, Mandy, Robbie, 111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006, that's literally the name, Helen and Tia Juan were at a sleepover. Samus's parents were off on a business trip and weren't home at all, so they could do whatever they want. What should we do now? Samus quizzed her friends. I know, declared Ted. Let's play Truth or Dare. True dat, Samus and company said. I don't know how to play, confessed Tia Juan. Tia Juan, everyone groaned. Then they laughed real loud, except for 11111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006. It was too cool to laugh. It's real easy, said Helen, who had been Tia Juan's neighbor and best friend since kindergarten. Helen and Tijuana secretly liked each other, but they were always too afraid to tell each other. They're true felonies. I believe that's supposed to say feelings. All you have to do is take turns and ask truth or dare, and then the person will choose one, and you have to choose a question for them, and I lost my spot. And then they have to answer no matter what. And if they choose a dare, then they have to choose a dare that they have to do, and it's really funny, explained Helen. A-OK, declared Tiawan. Everyone cheered. How about Samus goes first? Ripley proposed slyly. Oh brother, Samus groaned. Looks like I'm out of damn luck, Samus conceded. Truth or dare? Ridley smiled like a bear. Truth. Riddle me this, riddled Ridley. God bless. Have you ever stolen something? All eyes turned to Samus as she fiddled with her fingers. Well, there was this one time. Go on, Ridley maniacally stated. Well, I was at Keaton's General Store and there was this Green Day CD I wanted. I didn't have enough money. So, well, Samus was embarrassed. Ha ha ha, Ridley expressed himself really loud. 111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006 sighed, rolling her eyes. You and your petty crimes, especially for such a sellout band. Wow, you're so angsty, noticed Ted. Ugh, 111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006 moaned and went back to filing her nails with a nail filer. Everybody, that's the pizza. Everyone laughed real loud, except for Samus 111 2006, whatever, who was the joke was directed at. Okay, I think it's Ted's turn. What the well, okay, cool, whatever, Ted coolly replied with a snap. Everyone rolled their eyes and giggled except for Samus 2006, who was too busy listening to My Chemical Romance on her iPad Nano. What do you choose, everyone wondered. Dare, Ted D snapped. Well then, Mr. Snappy, let's see you snap at this one, was Samus's clever remark. Everyone laughed except for 111 Samus Ridley, who couldn't hear because her iPod was on too loud. We're going to spin the bottle, and you have to kiss whoever the bottle lands on. Oh no, Ted lamented, but what if it's Tiawan? Well, you have to do it anyway, because that's the rules of the game, Samus affirmed. I do have a bottle, Mandy made known to the people. The bottle spun around and around and around until finally it landed on 111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006. Dang it, looks like I have to kiss Samus Ridley Forever 2006, Ted announced. Ugh, very well, 111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006. God damn it, Ulysses. I instantly agreed to. But this is only for the stupid game. You never have, or will never have a chance with me. Yeah, okay, Ted mentioned, and he sneakily stalked over to 111 Samus Ridley 2006 and got real close. I gotta get my pizza out of the oven. Give me a second. Okay, where was I? Shit. Okay. Sneakily stalked over to 111 Samus, got real close. Let's get this over with. Then, Ted leaned down and gave her a kiss, and everyone giggles, and he tried to put his hands in the air, but she did not let him, and slapped him, and it hurt, because she was really strong. In your dreams, blubber brain, 111 Samus Ridley Forever, whatever, pwned. It literally says pwned. Hey, my brain is not made out of rubber, Ted pointed out. I'm not so sure about that, Robbie snapped back. Hey, everyone laughed, except for the usual Samus Ridley Forever. Okay, whatever, it's Tiawan's turn, everyone agreed. Everybody agreed. Yar! Croaked Tiawan. I choose truth. Okay, we get to ask one question, Samus reminded Tiawan. What is your deepest, darkest secret? Tiawan looked nervous. I like someone in this room. That statement brought a lot of commotion because everybody wanted to know who Tiawan liked, except for Samus Ridley, who was completely uninterested. Is it Samus? Is it Mandy? Is it 111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006? Actually, Tiawan wrapped his arms around Helen, I don't even remember who that is, who was sitting next to him and closed in and gave her a very big kiss. Everyone cheered and clapped their hands, except for Samus Ridley Forever, who was downstairs pouring herself a glass of lemonade. Helen, T1 said after they were done kissing, I've always loved you. And since I met you, but I was too afraid to tell you. T1, I love you too, Ellen confirmed, and the two lovebirds kissed again until everyone told them to stop. A-OK, T1 shouted. Let's finish the game. Chapter 3. Alright. Chapter 3, Samus is pregnant. What the? I'm sorry, Rick and Morty's on, so I'm a little distracted. Samus and Ridley have been going out for about 6 months now, and it was no coincidence, considering that most teenage relationships exist for 2 months, according to a video I saw that's literally verbatim. Everyone was really surprised because they hadn't expected the relationship to last too long. Not even Samus or Ridley thought it would last this long, and that says some things. Right now, Samus and Ridley were at Ridley's house. Ridley's parents were at home because of a business trip, and Sam sued. I'm not even fixing the typos at this point. Samus didn't have to be home until 1 o'clock. Right now, it was only 11:30. They were on the couch, and it was quiet. So, Samus, what do you think of world politics? Ridley made conversely. Ridley, I don't care about things like that, Samus asserted. Ridley admitted. There was a kind of silence that happens when people don't know what to say to each other in a relationship. But Ridley, he had something on his mind. Samus? Ridley approached. Yes, Ridley. Samus' question answered. You know how, well, we've been going out for a long time. Longer than average. And, well, I agree, Samus nodded. Well, you know how, you see, Ridley seemed unholy. Ridley, I understand what you mean, Samus understood. Samus, are you sure about? Ridley started, but it was too late. It started as an innocent kiss, and it ended up as much more than they could bargain for. And then there's just a lot of ones. I think that's supposed to be a scene break. The next morning, Samus wasn't sure where she was. Then she remembered she was at Ridley's house. Then she noticed she was in Ridley's bed. Then she noticed that she was naked. Samus woke up the whole neighborhood. Samus, is something wrong? Ridley noticed as he woke up. Oh no, he fearfully exclaimed. Ridley, what if? What if? Samus worried. Ridley was cooler and didn't lose his cool. Dude, it's okay. My friend told me that it can't happen the first time. So never worry, it's okay, Ridley ascertained. Okay, Samus tried to convince herself. After all, who doesn't think it could happen? It could happen after just one time. Unfortunately, they were dead wrong. Sorry, I'm checking Joe TV. There's a bunch of ones again. It had been some weeks, and Samus was at Helen's house. Mandy and 111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006, they were there too. It was morning, and Samus was feeling a little sick. The problem was, everyone else was healthy in her friends and family, so it wasn't likely that it was the cold or the cholera. Sun was up, and Helen was about ready to explode. Samus, I think we have an emergency. Helen imploded. Okay, calm down. Mandy controlled. She was the kind of girl who could keep their cool in a disaster. Samus, we are worried, but there's only one way to be sure, implied Mandy. Samus looked down at her feet. Where do I get one of those? Samus speculated. 111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006 broke the silence. I have one, she made known. She reached in her black handbag and picked up a small wrapper with something in it. Everyone was shrouded in disbelief. 111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006. Why do you have a pregnancy test in your pocket? Helen posed. Everyone, except 111 Ridley 2006, thought it was a reasonable question. She rolled her eyes. Dude, I have a life, you know. 111 Samus Ridley controversially declared. Goddamn. Okay then, Helen, calm down. The only way to be safe is, well, Samus, are you ready? Helen cried. I can't read now, I need these on. Samus was not ready, but it was the only way she could be safe. Okay, Samus decided, it's time. Bunch of ones again. Samus was in Helen's bathroom. She couldn't believe this was happening. What if? No. She wasn't going to think about it. Samus tried to calm down, but it's too hard. Only 2 minutes. 1 minute. Samus held her breath and took a look. Oh no. No. Say it's not so. Samus distrusted. Somewhere in the town, a phone was ringing. And it was Ridley's cell phone. Ridley picked it up. Hello. Ridley answered. He was confused because on the other end of the phone, there was silence. Then he heard Samus say 4 words that would change her life forever. 4 of them. Ridley, I'm pregnant. There's only 3 words. Alright. Chapter 4. The Caleria Conspiracy. How many chapters are there? God damn, there's 8 chapters. Ulysses, we're not doing this, man. There's 8 chapters. How am I supposed to get through all this? Chapter 4, the Caleria Conspiracy. Just a second, I'm gonna get some more drink. Alright. We're ready for chapter 4, the Caleria Conspiracy. Ridley could not believe it. In fact, he originally suspected the conspiracy, but it was much more than he could expect. He'd bitten off far more than he could chew. And now, no conspiracy could explain the situation he'd landed himself in. Or could it? Samus was at Dr. Banis's office to have her baby checked. She was worried because she had never been pregnant before. Ridley had told her not to worry, and that it would all work out fine. But Samus couldn't help but feel that Ridley was hiding something from her. Little did she know that there was a surprise on the horizon. Samus, there is a problem. Samus was not amused. What is it? She cautiously gandered. It seems there was a repercussion of your sins. Is this it? The doctor answered. Samus was shocked by the lack of religious toleration in the establishment. What seems to be the issue? Samus countered as she narrowed her eyes. I don't know how to say this, but you've got... Samus held her breath and could not believe what she heard next. It was a tragedy in the making. She was the protagonist. The doctor looked at her and said, you've got the cholera. Samus fell on her bed. She'd broken into tears. It was impossible. It was impractical. There's no way it could have happened, but it did. It did. Samus was crying because her life was ruined by the cholera. Because there was no other reason. Because Ridley had to have gotten cholera from someone else, and Ridley had never mentioned... When did they even have sex? Okay, anyway. Ridley had never mentioned anything of the sort. It was a mystery, and Samus was trying to figure it out. She was working on it. Around that time, Helena decided to give her friend a call. She was worried because Samus had just experienced her first ever pregnancy exam. It was her time to hear the results. Samus's phone rang and she picked it up. Yellow. She inquired of the person on the receiving line. Samus, how did it go? Why is Helena Batman? Helena grilled her girlfriend. Helena, there was a surprise. Samus tearfully made known to her peer. Is it a good surprise? Helena, hope for the best. Samus paused to catch her cool and composure. Helena, Helen, I have the cholera. She declared with vengeance. Why vengeance? Ah! Exclaimed Helena with the scream of the gods. It couldn't be. But then, maybe. Samus, there's something you should know. 111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006. She has cholera too. You son of a bitch, Sarah. Oh yeah, cholera. Okay, Samus hung up the phone. She was in disbelief. It made sense. But it couldn't be true. It was too much of a conspiracy to be true. Or was it? For the 3rd time, the phone rang. Ridley cautiously picked it up, not knowing the full life consequences on the other end. It was Samus. Samus. She was disapproving. Ridley? Have you had an affair with 111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006? Samus scorned. Ridley was backed into a corner. It was time for this conspiracy to be brought to an end. Samus, a long time ago, before you and I were a pair, 111 Samus Ridley Forever 2006, and I Well, Samus was embarrassed. Ridley, you should have told me. Now I have the cholera. I can't believe you. Side-splitted Samus. It was too much to handle. Samus started Ridley before he was cut off by his scorned girlfriend. Save it. Samus delivered with dark passion. I need time. Alright, chapter 5. The Dark Surprise. Chapter 5. The Dark Surprise. Time had passed. 3 weeks, in fact, since the cholera conspiracy. And for Samus, it was just beginning. Dark lights had confused her soul, and it was a burden she could not comprehend. She sat in her bed, grasping at straws that had come loose. Straws that poisoned the water of life. Lighthouse, lightness, darkness. Samus could not understand the feeling that gripped her apart for the past 3 weeks. Forces were turning her away, but it was a force that could not be explained with words. It sat acting like a chainsaw, and she could not go back to Ridley, not now, not like the past. She knew she still was loved, but there was something that was impossible to go back to temporarily in longevity. I'm not even... All of a sudden, Samus screamed! She was losing control over her consciousness, and there was a new force arising. It was like Samus, only it was Dark Samus instead. She could barely fight to take over her actions, and she was becoming weird. It was impossible to know what could happen next until it happened. That was her cholera. Soon, she knew it could not contain confession, possession, obsession. Ridley, he knew there was a crisis. What am I going to do? Detonated Ridley. Detonated. Dude, calm down. It's all cool. Smiley confirmed. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? I'm not so sure it's a great sausage. Ted confusingly used vocabulary that not everyone knew. Agreed. Okay, everyone, we need not panic. We gotta think of a solution. Tiawan dictated. He's back. Everyone was quiet, and they all thought they knew about the problem. It was a quiet conundrum. It was real quiet. There was not a solution that anybody could think of. Samus was not forgiving, and especially she was acting strange, like she was becoming the Dark Samus. Ridley did not think about this, and he didn't. Little did he know, but there's much more to think about. I don't even think I'm that drunk. I just think that this is not written correctly. Look, man, if I was you, Smiley permitted coolly, I'd apologize to the girl and say I'm sorry. But when do I do it? Ridley contained? Tomorrow. Everybody consequented. Darkness. It was a day at Metroid High School. And things were bright and sunny. It was the day that Ridley asked out Samus. Wait, oh, it was like the day. But it was not that day. Ridley was ready to apologize. But something was strange. There was a crowd. Ridley wanted to see what the commotion was. Turned out there was a new kid. He wore a black cloak with some chains. And he had blue hair that was natural. That he didn't dye it. He just blue. When he walked, he was hot, angsty, and he was a badass. When someone asked him what his name was, he said it was Cervantes. Cervantes, Ridley engraved in stone. What the fuck does that mean? It was a name he never knew, but would never forget. You see, it was a problem that was right around the corner, and Ridley could not bargain for the future. Samus was on a chair, being angsty, and Cervantes thought that she was her type. He sat down next to her, and he began to woo her with his color. Hello, Cervantes began. Fuck. Hi, returned Samus. You look very beautiful, and you're angsty. Cervantes related. I'll see you around. Samus was amazed by this man. He thought he was beautiful, and they just met. But was angsty good? No. Yes, no, yes, no, yes. Samus was battling herself, and she almost missed the boat. She would think about this later, but not later, as she decided. Okay. Samus, what's going on? Time stood still, but kept going for Ridley. This was impossible to comprehend. What the hell? But Samus, what about? Ridley was cut off because Cervantes came through the door and dared with debonair. Goodbye, Samus ultimated, and Ridley was left alone in the cold, and it was too cold. Ah, Samus fought Dark Samus for control. She could not believe she dumped her boyfriend, but it was too late. A Dark Samus. You suck. Badmouth Samus. Ha ha ha, little girl. The cholera will soon devour you, and I will control your body. Dark Samus snapped back. Samus snarled at her opponent, and continued the battle that would determine. Oh, there's pictures. Cervantes and Samus went to many places that were cool, like Hot Topic, and other places that were angsty and where cool people chilled. They ate some things, but the day was over pretty quick, and it had started. Samus remembered her first date with Ridley, but Dark Samus was in control, and there was no stopping the lust. What the fuck? Let's go to my house, Cervantes proposed. Samus was wary of this request, but she was overcome with passion, and was baffled by the cholera for her good judgment. There was little to do now, except hope. Meanwhile, at Ridley's house, Ridley was depressed. He had screwed up this relationship, and now he's listening to depressing music. He was afraid that he might become emo. It's a legitimate fear. More likely than he could think, he was also thinking about dark things. But it wasn't true. This was Ridley's battle. He had things to overcome, if he could. Samus was naked and passionate, just like that time long ago. But it's different, because it wasn't Ridley, it was Cervantes. She was exploding in lust, but she kept feeling that it was wrong, but Dark Samus was in control. And Samus fell asleep inside Cervantes. Oh my. Murky thoughts clouded her mind. Dark, light, Ridley, Cervantes, love, lust, and redemption. Chapter 6. Samus joins the football team. That is... Okay, give me a second. What the shit? Samus ran, woke from the slumber, and realized the clock was broken. It was late for school. I'm late for tests. Samus qualmed as she dressed from her clothes. Late again, I see. Snip quipped Mr. Chozo. Samus is adopted, and her parents were killed for unknown reasons, just like in the games. That's what it says. No time for talks. I must catch the bell. Samus averaged teen and left Miss Chozo and her dog Sparky in the dust, and she forgot her lunch. Fuck. What are we gonna do with you? Sarcasm the missus. She turned on the midwife shows like Dr. Phil and Judge Alex, and retorted with Sudoku. Not Suicide, the game. I believe this person thinks Sudoku and seppuku are the same thing. Out of breath. I'm hungry. Samus ran into homeroom in time to see her nun teacher, Mother Brain, who would not notice and seceded just like in Metroid Fusion. She sat down next to her friend, Amy, who was pretty as Samus and had light red hair and sparkled in the sun. Amy was kind of obsessed with fantasy stuff and was obsessed with dragons and Harry Potter and Aragon and things like that. There was just in time for announcements. And now the news, casted Principal Gunpei Yokai. Today, there are football tryouts for every sex, even girls. Classrooms giggled about the word he had said, but Sam's was intrigued. Football was a sport for boys. What about girls? After all, Amelia Armstrong made it clear that girls could do anything. So why not Samus, who was pretty damn good at football? Christ. When Sam signed up for trying football, it was unexpected harassment of peer pressure happens. Ooh, Samus is joining the football team, rowdied Kraid and his crony gang. Didn't they die? What happened to Kraid? I don't remember. They did make fun of Samus for parts of girls that are not to be spoken of. I can't believe it means boobs. Unexpectable. Unexpectable, scored Mother Brain. Since she was a nun, and she wasn't tolerant about jokes like that. It was too late, because everybody was over laughing. I lost my space. You know, we're just going to scroll down a little bit. The room was taken to secret and not even a teacher could find it, a secret room. Therefore, computers, monitors everywhere the eye could see with darkness in some things that kids shouldn't sell or do in school. In the middle was a figure in a swivel chair that was facing the other side. Well, what do we have here? Swiveled around the game dude. No one knew his name, but he was a sort of like a king or a puppet master or mafia of the school. Wherever there was trouble, he was there as a safe bet. Trace, he was a new kid. You know, he's a sketchy kid, apparently. He smiled and said, "Our girl has been in trouble fitting in on our football team and needs some help from the underground." Trace blazing. This game dude took a bit of description at Samus and nodded. He swiveled away. "Ah, Samus," he dictated. "You've been quite a help to me in the past. Like when you beat up Kraid, when he owed me money. I may be able to help you out." I don't know. Samus was puzzled. "However it can work," she pondered aloud. The game dude amused. "Disguise." Another scene break. There were many people who was trying out at football and practice was about to begin. "What about Samus?" So no one's saying that, it's just what it says. All of a suddenly, a boy with a metal suit, even with a helmet and arm cannon and special features, walked in. Everyone was surprised because they didn't recognize him. But then Coach Houston came in and started the practice. "Okay, everybody, looks like to begin, since there's no girls, looks like I can talk about sex and man stuff." Coach Houston womanized. Since boys are pigs, especially teens, everyone laughed and made sounds except for Samus, who was trying to fit in and not seem uncomfortable. "You, the metal suit. What's your name? And what the hell?" Used to profane. Samus shuffled her feet. "My name is Justin Bailey, and I have this suit because I am allergic to pollutants like global warming." "Ah, a sap liberal," murmured Houston. "Anyway, take positions, play ball." Everyone took positions. Samus had decided she wanted to be a run backer. Adam Malovich was a quarterback. Weevil, Spire, and Kraid were linebacks, and Kai Hunter and Caden, they were wide receivers. There were others, but they were on board. The game went well. Samus was a star. Even Adam, the quarterback, he was impressed. That's it. Next day, there was a big game. The team was training, and Adam was taking time to know Samus and Justin. "So Justin, you must be new to Metroid High School." Adam keened observantly. Samus was nervous but nodded. "That's cool. Do you need help? Just call me and I'll assist." "I see. Thanks, Samus. Thanks for the game. Is she pregnant right now?" Anyway, Samus was shocked for 10 seconds and was almost embarrassed. But she decided that, hey, girls can do anything like boys can. They can even shower. Everyone clapped for the first girl ever to play football in Metroid High School. She was awarded by Principal Ryokai for her attendance, and who knows what else, maybe a championship. And as for Adam, well, it might be love. Chapter 7, Election Insurrection. Samus Aran, what the hell? Miss Jozo freaked out at the teens. Samus had powers, but not mind control. She couldn't figure the deal. Unfortunately, the deal was clear. Samus had a D in history, and Chozo was a major. Samus is unacceptable. Under this house, you must succeed, or there will be capital punishment. Samus de facto mom vengeance. Samus wanted to be a teen dissent with an eye roll, but she was afraid of her legal guardian and didn't want to make moves that would make people mad. Alright, I'll think of something, Samus casually as she railed off the classes, leaving Chozo mom in the dust bowl. Minorities. Miss Chozo back. What the? Minority. Anyway. In school had begun. But Samus was taking time to convey the messages to her friends, and it was almost an apocalypse. "My D in history is going to destroy my life," Samus exclaimed to everyone in the entire city, even construction workers. Okay, dude, it's not the end of the world yet. What happened to Ridley? It's not the end of the world yet, and there still could be time. Situation controlled Amy, who tried her best from turning it into a disaster, but everyone knew it was a problem. It was only 2 weeks until grades were in, and what were they going to do? Questions were stopped because hello and slip, dip and cop, flop, clip and slip, ditch, fizzo, sliz. That was verbatim. Principal Yokai embarrassed. He tried to be teen, but everybody only groaned and laughed at his lack of legit, and he was embarrassed, but the news continued. Today, the majority legislator decided that if anyone in the state becomes class president, they have to have an automated A in history from experience and leadership. In other news, class president Camden was impeached yesterday because of stealing school money, using it to fund hedges and buy pork barrels for the hockey team. I don't know what that means. Alright, it means like I need a break. Next day, Samus had already cleansed her mind and her decision was clear. But first she had to choose to a party. She knew from school news that Republicans like to kill trees, but she liked trees. So she became a Democrat. Okay, welcome to the Democrat Cactus. Invite Amy to everyone because she was the leader woman of the Democrats in the school committee, and she could run meetings and primaries and was also a speaker in school senate, but no one cared about student senate or whatever. Today is when we choose who will run for president, so there are nominations, shows the time to commit. Advocate Amy. There were heads that rolled, but in the end people made decisions. I nominate Tiawan. Helena endorsed her favorite boyfriend. Some people laughed, but they were kicked out of the party because of anti-immigration. Okay, are there other nominees? Amy wondered aloud to the community. I nominate Samus Adam Malkovich. It's not a phrase. He and Samus were almost going out, so this was a shoo-in. And this is before Samus and Ridley met, so don't freak out because he's not forgotten, okay? Okay, that closes that. I don't know what that was. Okay, that closes the nomination, so it's time to rock the vote. Sammy used MTV language. So how caucuses work is that candidates stay in the corners, and then people walk over, and whoever has more people wins. So, that's it. What the fuck? It was really close at the beginning, but at the end, more people went to Samus because not everyone was too keen on having a Mexican president, and Samus was kind of hot. For the rest of the day, Samus was congratulated by people in the school. No, not everyone, because Republicans were not quite as keen on Iranian policies. Before the day was over, Trace and Amy wanted to have a word with the candidate. Good job on the nomination, but here's the deal. Amy began with a sentence. The election is going to be a tough one, but you're going to have some help. Trace and I will be your campaign managers, because I can help out the Democratic votes. And Trace could use underground connections to help with the election totals. Amy finished up as Trace nodded with a slyful grin. This is so bad. What the fuck is this story? Oh my god. You know what? This is a bunch of bullshit. I'm gonna save us some time. We're gonna skip down because god damn it. What the fuck happens? Oh, Samus wins the election, but apparently the Metroid Civil War is beginning. Oh, there's a little note from the author. Okay, I wrote that in a hurry, so I'm sorry if there's spelling mistakes or grammar bad, but I do best I can. I hope the next chapter isn't a year like the last one. But things happen in life. Until next time, live long and prosper. I watched Star Wars this weekend. I can't wait for the new one with Matt Damon. Not a Trekkie, but Damon's hot. I have more questions. Alright, we're on the finale. Okay. This is called Chapter 8. It's called the End Game Finale. Didn't she like having a child? Alright. War stains the high school. Oh, this is a war. Probably something I skimmed over. In the hall, Civil War was raging before it had even started. Falcon's kitchen cabinet, and I learned about this in U.S. history. Andrew Jackson liked his buddies, so he gave them jobs eating food and partying in the White House. Oh, that has no context whatsoever. Luckily, Samus and friends were not pushovers. It was a bloody situation. Mandy and Tiawan were two of the people who were fighting in the onslaught. These people are actually fist fighting over Samus being the president. The underground art room, that was where Samus, Amy, Adam, and Principal Yokai discussed war games, except not Warhammer or Battlefront, but the kind that countries do before a war, except this one was actually happening. What, are we screwed? Principal Yokai extruded in the room. Nobody noticed his bozo fits and carried on with the meeting. Where did you find this, Ulysses? President Aran. Samus. Here's the ordeal. Amy and her friend and advisor protruded. Falcon and his Republican army have learned how to clone Kai hunters. That's why there's so many of them. This did not look like it was going to be a happy ending, but a shadow appeared in the corner. It was a good thing they didn't shoot because it was actually Trace. If I can give me and the game dude some time... Ah, the game dude's back. Right on the pizza. I believe we can call in reinforcements, Trace converted. Nobody liked industrial espionage, but they agreed that they really liked Samus. She was real cool. You have my body, Ridley Legolas. And when everyone turned, they saw he was Mecha Ridley, and he was in a robotic combat suit, just like in Metroid Fusion. Samus was happy to see him, but then remembered everything. The sex, the cholera, the Cervantes. Yeah, what happened to him? It was all too much. Samus, I noticed things that happened between us. We have to fight. We have to save the school. So let's not worry about these things. We'll worry about it later. We have lots of ass to kick. Samus was speechless, and she murmured, okay, because she knew that some things were too important to bicker about. The football president put on her power suit, like when she played football, and together, the two robotics joined the battle. There's a lot to deal with, but at least they were finally together. Few people survived the war. For those who do, it's worth it to save the lives. Which is what Samus was explaining to the survivors of Metroid High School. Holy shit, everybody's dying. All her remaining friends were there, and so were her mom, Miss Chozo, and her dog. Her dog lived. Samus was given a great speech, but she felt the darkness was taking hold. Dark Samus and the Clara were finally taking over. She clapped on the floor, and people began to cry. Please, is there a way? Ridley called out to the gods. There is, confirmed Dr. Bannis, who drove up to the podium in a sports car and revealed a hypodermic needle with a serum inside of it. We found a cure. Everybody cheered. Dr. Bannis turned to his patient. I may not agree with your sex, but I won't see a patient suffer. Even a sin widow. The Clara syndromes instantly faded away, and the Dark was not ready to give up without a fight. Yarr! Samus coughed blood, and white began to flash, and blah, 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 blah. Coach Houston... Wait. Maybe I skipped too much. Oh, wait. Dark Samus, fuck, where am I? Dark Samus satanically echoed, thanks to your cure, I'm free of this body. Dark Samus goes into Coach Houston. Coach Houston, you're Dark Samus. The entire school, every single goddamn person, shouted. Houston smiled. I admit it. I made the cholera. I couldn't have Ridley and Samus dating because she needs to be my team player, and boyfriends take too much time. Houston explained from experience. That's eerily creepy. Not exactly. At that moment, doors flew open, and the sound of a gunshot. Out the door was President Gerald Ford. Okay. Anyway, he has a sniping pistol in his hand. 50 Secret Service agents who took control of the situation. Houston was shocked. His idol had just shot him in the face. Okay. Oh, wait, he's still alive. But, Gerald Ford, you played football. Why? Houston was confounded in the final moments of his life. But Ford explained, everyone, sports can be fun. And they're great for your bodies. But sometimes people take it too far. It's not worth it to make a biological terror or start wars, but as long as you keep it clean and keep it real. The president finished the speech, and with that, he returned to the White House, leaving Ridley and Samus alone. Everything was just about sorted out, but there's still one last thing that was troubling Ridley's mind. Samus could tell, because they'd been going out for a while, and she asked him, "Hey man, what's the issue?" "Well, it's only 3 days until the big prom, and I know we're not together anymore." Ridley shuffled uncomfortably, but Samus was warm with a kiss. "Ridley, I can't stay mad at you. You know, you're the love of my life, and you can feel it." They kissed in front of the entire remaining school, because, you know, people are fucking dead. Everyone cheered, including the principal, and, you know, Miss Chozo, and actually Cervantes cracked a grin. "Damn," thought Ridley for another time. "I'm the luckiest guy in the universe." Anyway, okay, oh, fuck, there's an epilogue, god damn it. Samus and Ridley went to prom. George Bush did something. He got rid of some aliens. Tijuana went back to Mexico. And Samus and Ridley, they stuck around. They postponed the pregnancy until after their marriage. Because even though Juno is a movie, teens don't actually make really good parents in real life. That's literally what it says. And the next time they had sex, Samus had her own pregnancy test. Holy shit. So there's a note at the end. This thing took 3 years and 11 days to make. This guy says, "My fanfiction career has finally come to a close. You guys are the best. I am so happy. Samus and Ridley forever. You should be ashamed of yourself. God damn it. You should be fucking a goddamn. Fuck you. Fuck Ulysses. What the